My name is Grant Robertson. I'm the Communications Manager for the City of Rocky Mount. I'm also probably to blame for the weather, as I returned back from Buffalo, New York yesterday out of a 10.5-hour drive. 7 hours of it was in the rain. So I think it's me. It was just a little bit behind me. So everyone has weathered the storm and is here. Thank you for being here. Without further ado, I'd like to get this party started and introduce one of our fond members that has joined us, the PHMSA Deputy Administrator, Tristan Brown. Just a little information on him. He serves as the Deputy Administrator of the Pipeline and Hazardous Material Safety Administration, also known as PHMSA. Since 2021, Brown has led a team of nearly 600 full-time employees, as well as nearly 200 contractors, managing a $500 plus million annual budget, focused on overseeing safety of 3.4 million miles of shipments, 4 miles of hazardous material pipelines, and 1.2 million shipments of hazardous materials goods transported daily across the United States. Okay, just had to catch my breath because that was a lot. A lot of millions in there. Brown also serves as the White House Council on Environmental Quality's carbon dioxide capture, utilization, and sequestration. Good enough. That well said. Also known as CCUS, Federal and Non-Federal Lands Permitting Task Force. Without further ado, if we can welcome Tristan Brown to the podium.
Hey, thank you so much, Grant, and thank you so much, City of Rocky Mount. Thank you so much, Congressman. Thank you so much, Council Member. Thank you, our members, the United Association of Plumbers and Pipe Fitters. We've got, I see some blue shirts in the room, folks that actually do the work around here, and members of the media. I'm so pleased to be here today, and apologies too, and thank you for your flexibility, because I was trying to be down here this morning, and one thing about when a plane doesn't take off, you feel really bad about it not taking off. Then you think, well, maybe better that it didn't take off, and we ended up driving. But we're here today because for over a century, communities like this have banded together to make investments in infrastructure that improve their lives. For example, delivering safe and affordable energy directly to your neighborhoods and your homes and your businesses. But over the decades, some of this infrastructure, such as the pipes that bring the energy and heat to light our homes, have begun to degrade and leak and pose a higher risk to us, to our businesses, to community, and to our workers. And so when I took office in January of 2021, just after President Biden took office, I was asked by this White House and by my boss, the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, what can we do in the space that Grant just explained what we do? We oversee the safe operations and maintenance of our natural gas systems across the United States. What can we do beyond what we've already been doing to improve our energy systems as part of the largest proposed investment in our nation's infrastructure in nearly a century? And so we asked our top safety experts, we asked the folks that actually do the work maintaining our pipeline systems, like the United Association of Plumbers and Pipe Fitters. What can we do in this infrastructure program to help address the aging natural gas infrastructure that we have? And so with that, we came to the White House with a proposal to create this grant program that we are here to announce the next round of funding for. And what it does, through the President's bipartisan infrastructure law, is it awards grants to community-owned systems to repair, rehabilitate, or replace older legacy natural gas pipes in underserved rural and urban communities across the country. We have natural gas pipes, some as far back as the Civil War, that pose a higher risk of serious injury and fatality. In addition to being prone to leak harmful methane emissions, which have 80 times the global warming potential as carbon dioxide. So that's why we've gathered here today, the City of Rocky Mount, to award 2 grants, one to the City of Rocky Mount's utility, as well as one to the City of Wilson, and over $8.6 million in funding to replace aging pipeline infrastructure. So I thank folks at the top, but I really want to thank the folks that will actually be doing this work. I assume a lot of the folks in blue shirts and some folks that aren't here, I know on the way in I talked to one of the firms that helped work on the application and the design and of the repair. But we are starting, this is day 1 of announcing grants like this across the country, $400 million across the country in nearly 26 states for 130 projects around the country. This is the first one this year that we're announcing. These grants overall will improve nearly 500 miles of high-risk legacy pipes, reduce 1,400 metric tons of methane emissions, and create thousands of good-paying pipeline jobs and modernize infrastructure that has been around for decades. We couldn't do this without the direction from Congress, and we will not be able to continue this work without the support from Congress. And so just want to thank you, Congressman. Without your help and support, we wouldn't be able to modernize our nation's infrastructure. But with your support, we are doing it. And so I'm so pleased to be in your district with your community.
Oh God, let's give another hand to Administrator Brown. I tell you at this rate, 8.6 million keep coming back over and over because we get the funds over, but they still have to go through a selection process. And thank you for seeing what we have going on here in Eastern North Carolina, in Rocky Mount and Wilson. Keep on coming. Grant, I got something to beg to differ with you on. You talk about you bringing that rain. I think I brought it back. I just got back this morning from the Gala southern border. I think I brought it from somewhere. But nevertheless, we're here, and we're still able to celebrate. This is huge. Last week, we went around 8 counties, 15 projects delivering essential community project funds. Delivering for the families of Eastern North Carolina. Without a doubt, anyone will not be able to say that we're not delivering for our families. And we're now right back here this week in Rocky Mount to deliver once again for our families. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes, sir.
We're glad to be here.
Glad to have you.
Absolutely. And thank you, not only you, but to all of our city council members, Rev, and all of the staff, everyone. I mean, even our law enforcement officers. Let's give our law enforcement officers. Really appreciate, this is a family that's before us here today. I'm honored to be here to announce some truly historic investments in North Carolina's energy and infrastructure. The Natural Gas Distribution Infrastructure Safety and Modernization Grant Program, established under the bipartisan infrastructure law, marks a significant step forward in ensuring the safety and sustainability of our natural gas distribution systems. Today, we're not just talking about funding, we're talking about investing in the safety and well-being of our communities. And what a better place to be than right here in Rocky Mount today. We're targeting the pipes that pose the greatest risk to public safety and the environment. And we're doing so in partnership with communities across the East. Places like Rocky Mount and Wilson are among the recipients that we're so proud to see that our tax dollars can come back into the East. So often we feel left out, forgotten, and we just don't know what happened. We know that we're paying something, but we don't know how it's benefiting us. Well, guess what? We're going to continue to work every single day, in and out, to make sure that we are seen, we're heard in this process, and yes, our dollars make it back on this side of I-95. Now, that's where it's called. But let's be clear about what this means for our communities. It means safer neighborhoods, fewer methane emissions, and better paying jobs. That's huge. That's huge. I've moved around eastern North Carolina, traveling to all 19 counties in this district. And overwhelmingly young people say they just want a shot at a good paying job. Well, this is part of it, my friends. This isn't just about fixing pipes. It's about investing in our future. And we can't give up on living the American dream right here in eastern North Carolina. It's about ensuring our communities have access to reliable, affordable energy while protecting public health and the environment. And it's about creating opportunities for economic growth and prosperity across the East. I want to thank the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration for their partnership and support in this effort. And yes, I would love to give a big shout out to our plumbers and pipe fitters who are with us today. And let me say that this is not the end. Oh, this is just the beginning. So I'm super excited, and we have a lot more work to do to get done with the continued support and collaboration of our partners at the federal, state, and local levels. I'm confident that we can meet the challenges ahead and build brighter futures for all of us here in the East. And when I say communities coming together, we have to put the politics aside. I'll give a shout out. Senator Tillis, we've been trying, it seemed like not quite traveling together, but we've run into each other a couple times over the course of the week. And he's been a definite supporter of this. And we're going to definitely give credit where credit's due. So a big shout out there. Working together to get it done, to deliver for the people, the families of eastern North Carolina. Thank you so much, Rocky Mount. God bless you all. And I believe it's my honor.
It is your honor.
It is my honor, Grant. Grant said it's now my honor to introduce our Mayor Pro Tem of Rocky Mount. Give him a big hand, everybody.
Wow, Congressman Davis really knows how to make an introduction. And I also want to say I appreciate his remarks. He put a lot in there, and I agree with him completely. And I am the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Rocky Mount, joined here by Councilman Joyner and Councilman Harris. Thank you for being here, along with our city manager, Keith Rogers. I'm standing in for our mayor who couldn't be here, Sandy Robertson. I want to thank all our staff that are here today. And it's exciting to be here today to receive this substantial funding that will allow the city of Rocky Mount to better serve our natural gas customers and continue to move us forward. Not only us, the city of Rocky Mount, but also the city of Rocky Mount is the second largest municipal provider of natural gas in North Carolina, and we also go out in our counties in addition and help our farmers with the natural gas that we do supply. So I want to make that clear to everybody. But this nearly $5.5 million will be used to replace 10 miles of natural gas pipeline in our downtown and Sunset Avenue areas. This funding is instrumental in expediting the infrastructure upgrades that are most vitally needed, not just with the gas, but everything else that we have, but accelerating the completion time. Now, this is amazing. We're going to accelerate it from the current 20-year of improvements that we have to we're going to plan it down to 39 months, which is incredible. And thank you to everybody. These grant monies will also help us improve the traceability of our gas facilities and greatly reduce future potential leaks and work-related injuries. So natural gas is life and safety and economic development. And I also want to be clear with that. So the City of Rocky Mount thanks the United States Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration and Natural Gas Distribution Infrastructure Safety and Modernization Grants for their dedication to the city, its current and future residents, our employees, and the environment. Again, thank you so much, and also welcome to Rocky Mount.
All right, I've been stood up by a representative. I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal to me. Now I have the honor to, if you don't mind, to introduce part of our staff here at the City of Rocky Mount, our Director of Energy Resources, Chris Beschler.
Thank you, Grant, and good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would very much like to thank PHMSA for this. This is so big for Energy Resources and the City of Rocky Mount that thanks is certainly not even enough words to say how grateful we are for this grant. I do have a couple of remarks that I want to make, but before I do want to do a shout out to a few people on our staff who, without their hard work and dedication, this grant would have never come about. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to our operations manager for gas, Bradley Walters. Second shout out I'd like to give Rob Pate, he's our distribution manager. And the third shout out I'd like to give is our consultant, Kim Weaver, who worked for Magnolia River. So in my remarks, obviously this is a pipeline integrity improvements, and there's been a lot of discussion about that. But as a public servant, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that there's also other benefits to this, and I know they've already been mentioned, but I don't want people to lose sight of this. We are going to replace, as Mayor Pro Tem mentioned, approximately 10 miles of infrastructure, which is huge, but also it brings, it helps our economy. What it does is it's going to bring good paying construction jobs, good paying construction support jobs. We are also planning to have diverse suppliers on the jobs, diverse material vendors. So there's going to be a little bit for everything, and helping the economy really is the point that I want to get at. This not only is going to help the infrastructure, it's going to help the economy. And the other thing is, which has already been mentioned, it's also going to help the environment. Methane is obviously a greenhouse gas, and it is substantially worse than carbon dioxide. And one of the things that we're going to use is when we do these projects, when you have a pipeline that has gas in it, you have to get it out of there once you replace it. And what we're going to use is specialized equipment to capture that gas and then re-inject it into our distribution system so that we don't vent it into the atmosphere, which is great for the environment. So with that, again, I want to thank you and just say that this is a very multi-purpose grant, obviously infrastructure improvement, helping the economy, and also helping the environment. So again, certainly appreciate your help. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you so much.
So as we stated, this is a two-city announcement, so we obviously need to recognize the other city from right up the road, Wilson Energy, and a dear fond friend of 20-some years, Director of Wilson Energy, John McClyde.
Thank you. We're very pleased to be here today. I'm John McClyde. I'm the Director of Wilson Energy. Wilson Energy is the electric and gas distribution system in Wilson and the surrounding communities. We're here today with a lot of thanks. We're very pleased to be selected for this opportunity, and we want to thank a lot of people. First of all, we want to thank the City of Rocky Mount for hosting this event today. We definitely want to thank the American Public Gas Association and the Carolinas Public Gas Association for recommending grant opportunities like this over the years, and we're seeing the fruits of that advocacy. We want to thank Rich Warsinger, a recent retiree, used to be the Director of Wilson Energy very recently, and a strong advocate for natural gas, including public natural gas, for years. We want to thank Wilson Energy staff who prepared this grant submission, and Cody Stallings and Amy Williamson. If you would stand up, we wrote a small bill. We want to thank the Wilson Energy Gas Division. We have some of our gas division here with us today. Everybody else is keeping the system going. If you're working with Wilson Energy's gas division, if you would please rise. Because this gas division will be implementing this grant, and that's no small feat. We want to thank certainly PHMSA for their work to put this grant together, and for the different advocacy groups that work with PHMSA to review these applications such as ours. It's greatly appreciated. This is going to mean a lot for Wilson. We certainly want to thank the elected representatives, Representative Davis, who support PHMSA in its work to make America better from an infrastructure perspective. This grant will basically allow Wilson Energy to greatly accelerate its efforts to strengthen Wilson's natural gas distribution system and improve our overall environmental responsiveness. We are greatly and with joy looking forward to working with PHMSA on this project. Thank you.
All right, we're nearing up, so I know we want to kind of beat the next rain, which I see coming down there. Honestly, these windows do not play well during these events. Another great person I have the honor to speak, to introduce, is a great leader in natural gas community. She is the Vice President of Pipeline Safety and Operations, Erin Carrillo with APGA.
Thank you, Grant. Good afternoon. The American Public Gas Association, for those not familiar, is the national trade association that represents more than 730 communities across the United States that get the privilege to own and operate their retail natural gas distribution systems. APGA would like to congratulate the City of Rocky Mount and the City of Wilson on receiving the 2023 Natural Gas Distribution Infrastructure and Safety and Modernization Grant. Tristan, I'm going to go slightly off script and say, you're not supposed to play favorites when you're a trade association staff member, but when I tell you there could not be two more deserving systems, I mean it. APGA has an award program called the System Operational Achievement Recognition Program, or SOAR. It's our way of saying they're doing all the right things, from employee safety to employee training to keeping their system safe. These are two of the very few gold SOAR recipients. So congratulations. On behalf of all publicly and community-owned gas utilities, I would like to thank Congress and the Department of Transportation's Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration for their leadership and support of implementing this very important grant program. The infrastructure public gas utilities own and the valuable workforce that operates it deliver affordable, reliable, and efficient energy to their communities. APGA believes investing in modernizing gas utility infrastructure is a continued investment in safety, the environment, energy reliability, and jobs for our communities. So congratulations, and I think Deputy Administrator Brown, you're back up for some big news.
As we bring up the first check for the City of Rocky Mount, I'll add a couple points, and I thank you, Congressman, for bringing up the fact that Senator Tillis, yours home state senator, voted for the President's Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, and this is a truly bipartisan program. As a member of this Problem Solvers Caucus in Congress, that's the type of work we're doing. And one thing that folks don't know, because you're just about to receive this funding, then normally you got to go through a big environmental review process. We've streamlined that environmental review process to make it easier on communities like this that need to do this work, to protect your own communities, to benefit the environment. So it's another great story as part of this program. That the government is actually working to streamline this process and make it easier, both for the applicants, where you get to apply every year using the same system instead of having to rewrite your application, and then to just fill out a template instead of having to undertake a major environmental review. So we are very proud of that. All right, let's bring up our Rocky Mount representatives and congressmen, if you can join in, and pro tem and council members. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Photos.
All right, let's do it this way. Hold on, if you want the photo, stay here, and I'll help you out. So everybody on her?
Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1. Good. Step out.
Guess we get no shot.
On here, and 3, 2, 1. All right, step out. I'm not done with you. Right here, 3, 2, 1. All right,
Shadows on the
they'll go right here. Come on in. It's all, yeah, you're good. On them, and 3, 2, 1. All right, we're good, thank you. You're up. Then I'm going to ask you to hold for the guy in the back. In 3, 2, 1, right here. Thank you. I was going to actually have him hold so you can do the video if you want to. I'm not going to do it. 3, 2, 1. Got it? Really? All right. Let me, please. Okay. All right. And on me, in 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, thank you. You want to do it one more time? Right here. 3, got it? Good? One more? All right, come on in. And then we're going to do it for the gentleman with the camera in the back. All right, right here. Or another shot. Oh, yeah. On her in 3, 2, 1. There we go. And do you need on cameras in the back? Gentlemen in the back, you're good? We are good, thank you.
Great. All right. Next up is the city of Wilson.
Don't take it to the local bank.
Energy Gas Division. Yeah, come on up, guys. $3.2 billion.
Hey.
All right.
Mayor, I can get you to stop between these two gentlemen, and if I can get you sort of slip back and you step forward just a little bit. That way we got the windows, and that'll be a good shot. Thank you. And we're gonna start with this gentleman right here in 3, 2, 1. Good, thank you. All right, next up, on her, in the suit in 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. Good, right here, 3, 2, 1. Is Tiffany, Congressman Davis's administration? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of you. 3, 2, 1, I apologize. Got a lot of people in the room. All right, come on out. On, right here in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yes, sir, you are up. On this gentleman. In 3, 2, 1. You need a couple, take a couple, that's cool. I always take it 2 or 3. Ready? On this lovely lady in 3, 2, 1. Good. Anybody else want to shot? Hold on just a sec. I'm going to step out of the way for the cameras in the back. All right. Gentlemen in the back, are you good? All right. I'm waiting to see from Spectrum. Hang on one sec. We just want to make sure everybody gets in it, you know? We good? We are good. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, before we wrap everything up, we do want to give question and answer kind of a few moments here. So we'll make our panelists available. If anyone in the media has a question in the crowd, either way. And who will it be for?
I'm Teresa, Associated Community Advocate. I did hear that 10 miles would be for a run in Rocky Mount area. What area, Sunset? What area in Sunset Avenue? And how many miles will be covered in Wilson with the funding of, for the Wilson County?
In the Sunset area, it's called Sunset in the West Ridge area, and that's the area that's behind the Harris Teeter Shopping Center, if you know where that is.
Okay,
And we'll be replacing about 7.5 miles of main there.
okay, since you did mention that location, how is that considered an underserved community?
Well, the way that the distribution integrity management program looks at it, it takes a look at your highest risk main, and that area has older main. It's a higher risk main. It has plastic surfaces that are subject to brittle fracturing, which obviously causes leaks. And it has steel pipe that has inadequate coating, which can cause corrosion. So basically, it's the primary function of this is to mitigate your highest risk area. And that's in Rocky Mount. That's
The Department of Transportation has a tool that it shows underserved areas, which includes a variety of factors, but it's for the entire country, and it actually has the data and information, so we can share that with you, with the data information relied upon for the overall mapping of underserved areas.
Yes, I will.
Bill?
Did I also hear that downtown is on this list? Am I good? And could you be more specific on that? And do you have any estimates on starting the project and completing the project as a whole?
Yeah, the downtown area, basically it's the western part of the downtown area. There's about 2.5 miles of main that we would be replacing there, and just shy of 200 services. What our schedule is, we would like to get started this month if we could. Hopefully that answers your question. And what will happen first, obviously, is you have to do your environmental assessments, engineering and whatnot, and then construction would start after that.
Any ETA when you all want to have all the work finished in Rocky Mount?
Yeah,
It was 39 months, was mentioned earlier.
39?
Yeah, it went from 20 years to 39 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Tom Warner, anything? You good? Sir, you good? All right, well, let's give one more round of applause for our dignitaries that were able to come this back. And I'm not sure it's planes, trains, and automobiles that got us here, but I wish everyone a safe trip back, and thank you again for attending this event.